Welcome to 2019, guys. Hello and welcome back to the After Action Report. This is obviously episode 8 after a little bit of a hiatus over the December Christmas festive season and obviously New Year's. So compliments to everyone watching. Thank you so much for coming over from 2018 into 2019. Hopefully you guys continue to support the series as well as you did last year. And yeah, I hope that 2019 is everything that you need it and hope it to be, and all of those awesome things that I'm supposed to say. But yeah, as always, of course, my name is Shani today, and we are going to be getting into a little bit of a recap because so much has happened in the last couple of weeks that I've been away. Even I have struggled to keep up with what's going on Twitter with regards to CODZA. So let's jump straight into the game updates, shall we? Now, the game has obviously had several patches, several updates, several content patches since I was away, and I also went to Cape Town for 2 weeks, so I was not only not playing for almost 2 weeks, which absolutely drove me insane. I missed Blackout so much, regardless of it being solos only. All I wanted to do was play Blackout. We also had CWL happen during that time, and that was absolutely mind-blowing. But I missed so much of the game, and I've been playing so much now that I'm back, and I'm back in my setup and everything. But there's been so many updates. Obviously, there is a new specialist in the form of Zero. Now, I know there is a hate-love relationship. Not the kind of hate-love relationship that there is with Ajax, but on a different level with Zero. She is a hacker, EMP specialist. I quite love her. The more I play with her, the more I enjoy her. Whether or not she fits into the competitive aspect, I don't know. I do have some points about that later on in the meta, which I'll discuss. But obviously there is a new specialist in the form of Zero for multiplayer. I know Blackout has also added a bunch of Blackout specialists that you can play, or Blackout characters that you can play, should I rather say, which can be unlocked either by buying them through the black market, or there are specialists that can be unlocked through the Operation Absolute Zero tiers, which only goes up to tier 100, and at the time of filming I think there's like 50 days left to do that, so it's pretty capable of doing if you're willing to put in the grind. The Operation First Strike was 200 tiers, so this is only 100 tiers. These tiers are absolutely worth grinding for because there's weapons, there's camos, there's some really sick camos. Like I think they've absolutely upped their game with the camos, or at least not upped their game. They were always there. But they've given us more kind of choice, and we're actually spoiled for choice now when it comes to camos with regards to weapons across multiplayer, Blackout, zombies, you name it, we've got amazing camos. They've also released some reactive outfits for clothing, so that's also cool. They did the Christmas event, well, not really Christmas event, but they had some Christmas emotes, and you could throw snowballs in Blackout and stuff like that, so that was really cool. There was a bunch of camos released with like wrapping paper and stuff for the different weapons, so that was cool. I obviously missed out on a lot of that not being at my setup during the entirety of December. With that being said, there are also new weapons that have been added. I don't really have too much to comment on that just yet because I want to see how they affect comp, but I really don't think that they will really upset the meta depending on current balancing and stuff. There's also obviously a new vehicle in Blackout, which is absolutely sick, but because we have solos only in South Africa, I have not been able to enjoy the full benefits of driving around with my squad, but more of that in a couple of seconds. I do really like, of all the updates that they've released to the entirety of the game, apart from Zero as a specialist, I really like that they've added the smoke trail onto your character when you jump out, when you're wingsuiting down for the first time out of the helicopter. I really like that. Not only makes it easier to see where people are landing, it also makes it easy to see kind of if you do look back at where other people, you can see how spread out they're going. You can see, okay, clearly they're probably landing array when I'm going, I don't know, factory or whatever. But I really like that. That was probably, I got to play at a friend's house while I was in Cape Town, and that was just after the update, and I was like, ooh, this is so cool. And they were like, Shani, it's a smoke trail. I'm like, no, but it's so cool. But yeah, that's with everything around the updates and the content. But let us chat about something that is obviously affecting South African players. At time of filming, this hasn't been rectified just yet, so I might be out of date depending on if they release some miraculous update that updates our playlist. But we have had solos only in Blackout for 3 weeks. Now, I understand, and this is no hate towards Treyarch or Activision or any of the decision makers. I just want them to move it back to another cycle, like, please. There has been a bunch of posts done on Reddit, as well as an official in the patch notes, kind of, I will leave the links in the description below, but there was an address to a bunch of different regions that are having this problem, that Treyarch have limited our Blackout playlists to one of the three, whether it be quads, duos, or solos. They want to give us continually full lobbies, or consistently full lobbies with consistent ping, which I can totally respect, but 3 weeks of solos is just not great. I mean, CODZA, well, not necessarily CODZA members, but South African Call of Duty players are now pairing up and squatting up in solos, and that is just not fun when there's 3 people left alive, you obviously being one against a pair, and you see them running across the field in, like, on the other side of the circle, and you're like, how am I supposed to take down a duo? Like, okay, I can. It's not like it's impossible, but I mean, come on, man. Like, can we please have duos or squads back? Just because solos is great, but I'm over playing solos, and I didn't even play the full 3 weeks because I was away for 2 of those weeks, but still. So this is no hate. I have been seeing a ton of people spewing hate and swearing and everything on Twitter, which I'm not saying is invalidated, because it is a really stupid solution to the problem, but for PlayStation players, as someone who has played so much Blackout since the game has released, I have played more Blackout than I have played multiplayer, and the fact that PlayStation always had full lobbies regardless of what time it was, except for like random times at 3 a.m, then you would have like 50 players rather than 100 players. But we never had long wait times, except for when Blackout was broken really in the beginning of the release launch, and I spoke about that. I did speak about that. But since like the 31st of October, we have not, as PlayStation players, we have not had a problem with Blackout. So I understand them looking at consistent ping, but as for PlayStation users in South Africa, I have never been in an empty lobby. So I know that's an Xbox and a PC problem, so maybe you should limit their playlists. I don't know, not throwing shade, but the PlayStation community has always had relatively full lobbies. Like, I haven't played in a lobby with less than at least 80 people since October, and that's across the board. So I don't know why they've decided to limit us to playing either solos or duos or quads. So just give us back quads or duos even. Just don't let us have to play solos. That's all I'm asking. Anyway, that is besides the point. I am still absolutely loving the game. It is still my favorite game to play, and let us move on to what I love even more than the game, the scene. Now, the scene has been a melting pot of craziness on Twitter over the past couple of weeks that I hadn't been doing After Action Report, and because I was away and I wasn't paying attention with a magnifying glass to my Twitter feed and to all of the announcements, that there have been so many free agent announcements, there have been so many roster changes, there have been so many, not necessarily retirements, but people leaving the scene. What I can tell you off the top of my head, and trying to just scroll through like Twitter and all of the millions of tweets and the stuff that I got mentioned in, is that I know that Royal supposedly broke up, Astro is broken up, Origin is back. They released a really cool like teaser video thing. I know Ladin is forming an academy team that they're doing trials for, or have done trials for. I'm not actually entirely sure. I know Ventus has announced a new roster. I've heard some murmurings and rumors which I haven't seen announced on Twitter, so I don't want to discuss obviously on After Action Report. # I'm not COD burner. But I have heard some murmurs and rumors around big changes with existing like top tier teams, or not necessarily top tier, like top 10 teams. Like top 10 teams in CODZA they've been roster changes and roster moves and like, yeah, drama. So instead of me giving you my updated kind of list of teams and rosters, I am going to be asking you as a call to action to please, if you have an updated roster, if you have roster changes, or if you're going to be looking for, because I've seen a lot of organizations doing trials and looking for free agents. So if you are a new roster, if you are an existing roster that has had some changes, if you are a roster that hasn't changed at all, but you would still like to be spoken about on After Action Report / shown in my little picture of all of the scene, all of the COD teams in the scene. If you are a PC squad, because I know that PC is coming back alive potentially in South Africa, and then as well as if you are a team / organization looking for free agents, running trials, whatever, please get in touch with me, whether it be on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube comments of this video. I don't know. I don't care. Get in contact with me. Give me names. Give me players. Give me what you're looking for, and I can bring that into After Action Report. I'm going to make After Action Report serve the community more than what it already has been. And I feel that let's work together in that regard, because I can physically not keep on track. It's becoming more and more difficult with all of the free agent announcements. And then someone has been already in like 6 teams this year, or at least 6 teams this season. And it's getting really tough to keep on track of. I have made note of everything, but because I'm not sure if it's correct, I don't want to publish it and I don't want to post about it. So please send me your stuff and let us confirm whether or not it is correct, or the information that I have is correct. But yeah, that is just my asking from the community and from CODZA. I have mentioned it on Twitter already a couple of weeks ago, but I'm asking again now. Please send me your updated rosters, even if it's just a DM. My DMs are open on Twitter, so go for it. Handle, follow me. I tweet a lot of stuff about COD, especially when there's CWL on. But then other than that, just looking at the scene and looking at the Twitter activity recently, I have seen tons of scrims happening. I've seen tons of 10s happening. I've seen a lot of, obviously, orgs running trials and doing like kind of scouting. Speaking about scouting, I did see that High Five Era has been hosting, or has started to host, what he's called scouting ground. So I'll leave a link to that in the description below, so you can read up more about that. But that's to get the lesser known players more exposure, I guess, which I think is really cool initiative by High Five Era as a almost veteran in the community by this point, but really, really cool to see the community getting involved and stuff like that. I've seen a lot of people posting more content, more clips and stuff, which is always fun. Speaking of clips, I did see gameplay get uploaded from Bravado Rahil, where he got 88 kills in a TDM, and that's cool. So I will be linking that in the cards above. You can go check that out if you want. So I'm really enjoying the amount of content that is coming out of CODZA. I know everyone was away on break. I know people were taking advantage of the double XP a couple of weekends ago, or last weekend. So I'm really loving the amount of content that is coming out of CODZA, and I'm excited to see, once we get back into the swing of things, how things can evolve from there with edits and montages and scrim streams and. So kudos to CODZA. You guys have been really active, like so active that I've been struggling to keep on top of everything with regards to updates and announcements and tweets and drama and, oh my god, then this person is snaking that person, and it's typical CODZA drama, right? But with all of that and said and done, let us move on to the meta. Now, without getting into too much of like rule sets and stuff, I do want to say that I have already spoken about Zero at the beginning of this video, with being a new specialist released. I do know that CWL tweeted saying that they're going to be keeping the rule set very, very similar between Vegas and then the Pro League qualifier. But then, to quote, "We will examine bringing Zero into the rules closer to the start of the Pro League in February." So as of right now, she's not in. But we'll have to wait and see what the COD gods decide with and around Zero. I know a lot of people are calling for her to not be included, whereas other people are really hoping that the EMP aspect is getting included. So it's going to be interesting to see. Obviously, Pro League is basically around the corner. We're already on the 4th of January. So we will have to hang on and wait to see what happens there. But the local scene, I know that VS Gaming has released an update with details around their season this year and their leagues this year. What I really can appreciate, and all of these links are going to be in the description below if you want to read up more about them and go to the websites, go register, whatever. What I really do like is they've taken a step back and they've realized, it's not that they've realized, it's that every single title that they have had previously have all had their tournaments over the same weekend, and they haven't been able to get the same amount of, obviously, attention. So this year they're doing something a little different, and there's going to be one every weekend, or they're going to have a focus on each individual title throughout the year, and they're putting more efforts into each title, so that way we don't have a repeat of last year where certain titles, Call of Duty, don't get streamed at the end of the season. But I really, really appreciate that. It is a really cool step in the right direction. Over and above that, they've included a PC side as well. So that's why I mentioned earlier with the call to action for rosters. If you're a PC side, I want to talk about the PC side as well. You're just as much a CODZA as the console guys are. So even if you're on Xbox, just let me know. VS aren't doing anything for Xbox, but I know ACGL are doing stuff for Xbox. But yeah, VS have said that they are doing both a PlayStation and in attempts to revive the COD scene, the PC COD scene. They're doing 2 separate tourneys for that, so that's really cool. I know those registrations close on like the 6th, so if you're a CODZA team, or you're looking to get into a team, or you're looking to register and you haven't just yet, don't do the CODZA typical thing of waiting till last minute, because I know you guys. I know you all wait until last minute to register, so please go register. Obviously that is for the VS gaming season. I know Mettlestate announced last year, I'm pretty sure, Mettlestate announced towards the end of 2018 that they were going to have kind of, I can't remember the exact wording right now, I don't have the tweets in front of me, but they have like a pro division and then they have a open division. I don't have any more details about this. I know that I do cast for them, but I don't have any more details that I am able to share with you at the moment, but I will be leaving a link to that tweet in the description below, as well as make sure that you join the Mettlestate Discord for all of your questions, because it's how they answer their questions. So make sure you go join the Mettlestate Discord. I have left a link in that. I've left a link to that in the description below. Can you tell I haven't been back for a while and I'm struggling with my words? I haven't made a YouTube video this year yet, okay? Raving Mad have mentioned that they're going to be doing stuff this year, but I haven't seen any announcements just yet. Same with ACGL. I know that ACGL probably have so much up their sleeve for this year, and I'm so excited to see what they're going to be getting up to. So I have left links to all of their Discords as well in the description below, so you can go check those out. But that is the meta, essentially. I do know that, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, that CWL happened. CWL Vegas. OPSEC ran away with it. It was crazy. Like if you're paying attention, you will not want to play OPSEC on Seaside anytime soon, at least for HP. That is going to do it for After Action Report episode 8. I can't believe we're already on 8 episodes. Thank you so much for the support over the last 7 episodes last year. Moving into 2019, I'm really excited to see where I managed to take this season, take this series. I really want to make sure that it serves the community as much as possible with updates and roster changes and obviously just giving players a platform to showcase their skills and everything like that. So I'm thoroughly enjoying keeping an eye on CODZA. I'm really excited. I have a feeling that this season, it did obviously kick off a little bit last year, but now January is where we go full tilt as a South African scene. I am excited that PC is getting a little bit of a spotlight as well. Obviously that scene died during like Jetpack era, and then now they're trying to come back, which is really, really exciting. I know there are tons of COD players that are really enjoying Blackout, Black Ops 4. Speaking of Blackout, I'm super excited to hopefully be casting some of that this year as well, because obviously I cast multiplayer. But if anyone's planning on some Blackout tournaments, hey, I know someone who is an avid fan of Blackout who can cast. But anyway, that is besides the point. I am going to end the video here. Once again, compliments of the new season. I hope that it is incredible, whether you're a player, a supporter, whether you are anything in between. Speaking of supporting, if you have no idea how to watch competitive Call of Duty, I did write a tech girl article on how to watch Black Ops 4 and the new game mode like Control and stuff. So yeah, that is everything that I'm going to try wrap up into episode 8. If I left anything out, please let me know in the comments below, or if there's something that you would like me to discuss in episode 9, please let me know. Like I said, my DMs are open on Twitter, or you can just @ me or use any of my other social handles. I am very active across all of these social medias because it's what I do for a living. But anyway, that is besides the point. I hope you have an incredible one further, and I will see you guys in the next episode. So that is it for me. Make sure you like the video, subscribe if you are new around here. Hopefully you are playing as close to 0 ping as possible, and I will see you guys again soon. Cheers!